playbook was written in ink, or so they said. But the field changed the moment that we moved ahead. Circumstances shift, the shadows start to grow. In the script we memorize, it's time to let it go. I see the blinks coming, I see the pressure mount. But it's not how you start, it's the finish that will count. I'm the quarterback standing in the eye of the storm, shattering the silence, breaking every norm. Call the audible, change the line. We're stepping out of formation and into the design. From the wreckage of the plans we made, we found a light that will never fade. When the world goes dark and the silence lies, look to your brother, look in his eyes. We are the storm that clears the skies. Say it with your chest, together we rise. Together we rise, together we rise. Yeah, yeah. Together we rise. Yeah. Welcome to the sanctuary, the unscripted truth, where we peel back the layers and we rebuild the roof. No plutonium files needed to crack the code. Just honest conversation on this heavy road. Zero topics off the table, let the record show. This is the realest frequency that you will ever know. I'm scared too, yeah, I'll admit the fear, but courage only matters when the danger is near. So tune in, lock in, let the hours pass. We're building something solid that is built to last. It's 6 p.m. The sun is going down, but we are the kings of this unspoken town. They want us divided, they want us apart, but they underestimated the strength of this heart. We don't need a teleprompter to tell us who to be. We just need this moment.
Yo, what is up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy, the Birdman from the Birdman Show. This is the Conspiracy Files edition of the Birdman Show. This is season 2, episode 1. Right now, I got my main man, Mace Valor, joining me. I got Bambi backstage, about to pop in right now. Boom, there she goes. We'll be having Miss D join us here shortly. She has some things she had to take care of, but she's going to be coming in very shortly. So I can't wait to see her. Is that my little man there chilling down there?
Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Bubba? We're gonna have to get you a mic and a camera.
It'll just be a lot of thumb sucking and giggling.
Hey, it is what it is. I mean, sometimes I feel like that on most days, but it is what it is. Like I said, I got Mace Valor, I got Bambi with me. Like I said, Mrs. is gonna be joining us. This is Conspiracy Files. We've got a lot of new stuff going on. I'm gonna talk about that here shortly. But for those who already know what's going on and what we do here on the Birdman Show, Conspiracy Files and everything Birdman, you guys know what to do. So why don't you go ahead and do it? What up? That is right. Oh wow. So I gotta say this real quick. Tabs, what's up? Tabs, how you doing? Tabs in the house. So we're doing some things differently. I since it moved over to a new studio, it's new to here, but I've used it. It was one of my first platforms I ever used, which is StreamYard. And StreamYard is pretty awesome. I haven't been on here in probably about 3 years, maybe 4. And they've changed just unbelievable. The stuff that's on here now in my studio is just unbelievably awesome. Of course, you see the comments there that are popping up on the show. I love that aspect of it, and I love how it kind of fades out a little bit there too. So that's pretty freaking cool. But not only that, I am streaming for the first time ever to another new platform, Kick. I've never used Kick before. I've been on Twitch, and I might see about what I'm gonna do with that moving forward. But we're now streaming on Kick, so definitely go check us out over there on Kick if you get a chance. If you are over there, or if you know somebody that uses Kick, all you have to do is go to at Birdman Show to follow us there. Or if you know somebody, like I said, knows somebody using, tell them come on, stop by. But yeah, that's what we got going on. I'm excited for a lot of reasons, but I gotta hold my excitement for just a little bit. I gotta say what's up to my co-host. You know how we do it here. We're gentlemen around here, so ladies first. Bambi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited for this new season to start.
I am too. I'm very glad to have you here. It's going to be your first full season being with us. So I'm very, very excited. Old Mace Valor there is becoming a veteran now. He's becoming a seasoned veteran. He's still got a little ways to go. for the Birdman show wise, to get that ultimate veteran badge. But he does have a veteran badge, but that's in the form of the military. My military brother, Mace Valor, how the heck are you doing?
I'm doing okay given the circumstance of the world right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know I really want to start this off to be very lighthearted, but this people in charge are making this very, very difficult. But it is what it is. Miss D just hit me up, says she's homeward bound. She's about an hour out, so we're gonna hold the fort down till she gets back. But I also told her don't try to rush and do anything. Be safe. Safety is more important to me than this show. So that being said, we've got
you 50% D on the show.
I do. I mean, it's not a bad percentage. It's a very good percentage. I'm
more
very
than 50% because you also got the little one.
Yeah, that's true. That
so
is very
75%.
True. There you go. I like it. All right, that's good. I'm good. I'm sold. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. So, what are we talking about today? I'm gonna tell you what we're talking about today. You see it there going there. We're talking about conspiracy files, the cartoon cover up. Now you might be saying, Birdman, what the heck are you talking about cartoon cover up? What's going on with that? Well, I mean, we can talk all day long about the Simpsons. I mean, there's stuff that's going on with them. Their predictions. I'm starting to wonder if it's more of a blueprint versus prediction. But there's a lot more craziness out there in the form of the animated series when it comes to these types of conspiracy theories. So I'm gonna ask this question first because you guys know me. I like to ask questions. Bambi, when you hear or see the title and you look and you see cartoon cover up and it has conspiracy theories or conspiracy files with it, what do you think about when it comes to conspiracy theories as far as cartoons or anything animated, pretty much?
I feel like I probably misunderstood the assignment, because when I thought of what I thought we were doing was how a lot of a lot of cartoons have really messed up meanings. The first one that comes to mind for me is the Winnie the Pooh and how all the characters lead back to a mental disorder.
No, you didn't misunderstand it. But
okay.
when we talk about conspiracy theories, yes, we're going to be there's some we're going to talk about. There actually have conspiracy theories, but it's mainly geared towards talking about cartoons that may have a different or hidden meaning to it.
Okay.
So where you're going, that's actually perfectly fine. Because
I brought notes.
Okay, she brought notes. Oh, okay. She's like, I got receipts. Don't worry about it.
This is my designated conspiracy theories notebook, and it says shit I want to remember again.
Oh, that would work, especially if you're talking about anything Mandela effect. So therefore, you're like, back in 2026, I had it written in the book. It was a real thing. Might want to start taking pictures. Might want to start taking pictures and put those in there too. Anyways, okay. So no, that's fine. You're perfectly fine. You're good. Your assignment, you're still on course to get an A for the assignment. So don't worry about it. Mace Valor, same question to you, sir.
Yeah, that's the hidden narrative stuff. It's kind of like the story within the story. It's like there's the surface level of the joyous episodes of whatever shows that we watch, and then there's the secondary interpretation of what those things mean, kind of like the whole Inception dream within a dream thing.
I love that. That's honestly an awesome comparison. I love that movie. Christy, what is up? How you doing? Like I said, I think I did say what's up to. Yeah, I said what's up, Tabs. Tabs, how you doing, sis? Love you guys so very much. Appreciate the support. What? Oh, I was reading that. Okay, I was reading that one. I was like, oh, okay. So is that a bot? I'm assuming. Maybe. Over on Kick. It is what it is. Yeah, after I saw her notebook there, Christy, I thought the same thing. I mean, I have several notebooks. We're not going to kind of go into what are in them, but anyways, I have a few laying around here. I probably ought to put those up. Anyways, wait, there's a. I did not really realize. I'm gonna be honest with you when it came to this, even though we came up with this topic during the production meeting. I didn't realize exactly how deep this actually was, and how deep it actually went with the different types of whether it's the cover-ups, whether it's the conspiracy theories, whether it's alternate versions of or the hidden meanings, hidden narrative. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't really realize how deep it actually went with a lot of these things. Some of them I've heard a lot of, and others that I really hadn't. I'm very interested in hearing what my co-hosts have got to say about this. And when I was looking at mine, I was like trying to break it down in categories. It's like one category I have is the prophets of animation. So I think you already know who's going to be on that list. I have the shared world and dark origins, the psychological horror and psychological horror category. And then I also had the hidden agendas and secret symbols. So those are kind of where I was going with that. And then another one was characters are connected. That one really kind of took me out. But yeah, that's what I kind of went with when I was kind of going with some of this stuff. So I guess we got to kind of try to figure this out. Decide how we're going to get this started. So I'll tell you what. I think Bambi's on mommy duty right now. So
Yep,
Mace.
I'm still here.
Okay. Well, do you want to start us off?
You can have Mace start off.
Okay.
Well,
Mace, why don't you get us started off there, buddy?
Yeah. So check this out. I have got nothing. I have ideas, but
Okay.
I think that Bambi would probably be better because she has actual notes. Like I have stuff to talk on as it comes up. Let's go with Bambi first.
Okay. I'll go first, I guess.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'll just start with the one that I had already kind of brought up. The Winnie the Pooh are symbols of mental disorders.
Mm-hmm.
I found it to be really cool because, like, as you get more, like, you're watching it, especially now because his theme is Winnie the Pooh. So now that I'm watching it again, I'm like, I see it now that I'm an adult because it's like Winnie the Pooh. It has an eating disorder with his obsession with honey. Piglet has anxiety. I feel like that one's not that hard to realize, but yeah.
Yeah.
Eeyore just depression.
Yeah.
Tigger is ADHD.
Yeah.
Rabbit is OCD. Owl is short-term memory loss.
Jesus.
Christopher Robin has schizophrenia. He's talking to animals. He's talking to stuffed animals specifically.
Yeah.
And then Kanga and Roo are supposed to symbolize social anxiety and codependency.
Well, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So, I just thought it was kind of cool because you put 2 and 2 together with it. Same here, Christy. I'm also Eeyore.
I feel that most days. I'm not gonna lie. I feel all of them most days, except for the last 2. Yeah, I feel like that on most days. Do you have any thoughts on that, Mace? You're muted.
Yeah, it definitely seems to check out when you look at it through grown-up eyes. As a kid, these are obviously just these are just interesting quirks that these different characters have. But obviously, when you get older, it's like, oh wow. I know that if I try to remember the lore behind the creation of the story in the first place, it was kind of a way for the author to be close to his son. So his son his son grew up sick and had all this imaginary. His imagination was wild, and he used to tell his dad all these stories about his stuffed animals, and so that's where the inspiration came for the novels itself. Was him basically taking the stories from his son, telling him, and then putting it into a narrative, some sort of framework of this imagination land that this young boy goes off to with his stuffed animals off in the 100-acre wood. So you could say that like the father's like own insecurities are put into these characters and stuff, because if you're not able to be there with your kid 24/7, especially if they're not physically well, then obviously those things go off into the page. So definitely an interesting perspective on the story that makes it look a little deeper than just the surface level stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even just based off this first one we're discussing, and as I'm looking at some of the ones I put on my list, and then of course some of the ones I could possibly think about talking about later, I'm really seriously starting to question everything. And because we came up with this topic, I started looking at some of the cartoons that we even have Rain watching. And I've noticed some things about it, and then when I started researching, I found some stuff on like some of the cards. Like one of her favorite ones is Caillou. She loves Caillou. One is the Little Angels. I think it's Little Angels, but that one I didn't see anything on it. But of course, we've all heard about like the Teletubbies, which is it's not animated, but that type of that freaking thing. But the one that really got me was Caillou. And the reason why it got me is because I just think the show's annoying.
Very.
Main character Caillou.
Daughter's in that phase right now.
Yeah, he's just he's just annoying. He's an idiot, and I don't like it. But I found one of the main reasons why, because they talk about that, and it's not one of mine, but they talk about Caillou, and if you notice, he has the same tone, same pitch of voice, right? And what they found with research, they found out that tone, that where he's at, is at the pitch or octave, or I can't remember what they said, pitch or octave, in which it drives parents crazy. Because you think about, if you have a kid that's whiny and they're doing all that stuff, and you're like, oh my God, shut up. Like, sit down somewhere, just go play. Just go play. Go play. I don't care where you play, just go play. You know what I'm saying? Just go do something, get out of my face. Well, it's like that. I found myself irritable after just a few episodes of watching that with Rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, the cartoon itself, I don't think it's bad, but it's, for me, I was getting irritated. And so most times, if she says, "Oh, Dad, I want to watch Caillou," I said, "Okay, cool." I'll take her right into her bedroom and I turn it on in her TV on the room. That stuff is not coming back on the living room anymore. I'm tired of Caillou. I want to just since it's a cartoon.
Make my daughter watch it on the iPad.
So yeah, there's go.
Listen to it.
There you go. That's another great thing. Like that one is just a very irritating one, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, there's one we can talk about that I have. Now we've kind of touched on this one before, and I think Mace, you and I have talked about this one before. But like in my first category, I'll start with my first category, which is what did I name that again? Oh, the Prophets of Animation. And we all know who the Prophets of Animation is. That's just the freaking Simpsons. We all know that. Well, one of the biggest ones they had was the 9/11 prediction, that episode. And this was a 1997 episode. The City of New York versus Homer Simpson featured a brochure with the Twin Towers behind the number 9, creating a 9/11 image. This episode was pulled from syndication after the attacks fueling the fire. Now it's one of those things.
I actually watched that episode recently.
I did too. Well, I watched it when it came out. But I just thought it was crazy. Yes, Chrissy, actually, SpongeBob. That's another interesting one. I don't think I put the notes down for that one, but that is that's another interesting one. And I'll say it
I've
real
heard
quick.
several theories about SpongeBob.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it real quick. They noticed that the another study that they noticed with SpongeBob that seasons 1 through 3 are fine, they're great, but especially I think it's seasons 4 through 10, there's a change in SpongeBob. And SpongeBob is extremely energetic. He's all over the place. He's just doing all kind of stuff. And oh god, I can't remember what the study was now. I'll have to look that one up because that one was really interesting because I never really had a problem with SpongeBob. But it is what it is. Anyways, we had kind of mentioned this before, and I have a tough time with this one, The Simpsons prediction of 9/11. I don't know how you get around that. Like, I just don't understand how you get around that because it pretty much it happened almost the way, and there's so many. I think we've talked about this once before, but there are so many when it comes to The Simpsons on this. Mace, what are your thoughts when we talk about the 9/11 prediction from The Simpsons?
Oh, well, there's a lot of things that do the whole 9/11 thing. Like the band Leonard Skinner, they had a record album of buildings burning. Also, they died in a plane crash. Ooh. So yeah. It's you see, we did the whole episode on The Simpsons, and it was kind of like, this was days before that we found out that he was in the list. So
yeah,
it was one of those things that is like, like this is what we're talking about. It's almost prophetic in a way. Like there's that conspiratorial stuff of The Simpsons.
I mean, there's a bunch of conspiracy theories around 9/11 in general.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they're conspiracy theories though, but yeah, you were saying.
Valid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways, go ahead, bro.
No, yeah. So it's as far as like conspiracies of narrative within The Simpsons, like there's one that I heard that like The Simpsons themselves are basically locked in time. When you look at the family, nothing ever changes. But when you look at externally, so much changes. Like Ned Flanders' wife dies. Apu is single, then he gets married, then he has kids, and then over the course of many years and seasons, his kids actually go from being babies and then they're like elementary school aged and stuff. And it's like, but Maggie's still a baby. So it's kind of, I don't know if that's like, obviously for entertainment reasons, it's easier to follow along with the same exact family that we've always known. But to keep the setting interesting, you have to have their environment change. So there's the like very simple explanation for that, but it's something that you notice in a lot of cartoons where the main cast functionally doesn't really change. And I guess that you could argue like, oh, that they're stuck in this timeless loop of maintaining their youth or whatever. But I think in reality, it's just easier to write that way.
I mean, yeah, I hear you, but it just weirds me out, bro. I mean, it weirds me out. Like I said, you have that one. This one's not on my list, but like the whole thing with the escalator with Trump coming down on his first presidency. The
external things we can go on and on about how they, conspiracies connected to the real world. But as far as conspiracies within the Simpsons themselves, it seems like it's basically just a cartoon sitcom.
Yeah, and that's definitely, I definitely get that part of it. But for me, then it's like I see it, and then all of a sudden something happens in real life. I'm like, now wait a minute. Okay, look. Okay, the first 2 or 3, I might let you go with. All right. Now you're gonna start predicting some of this other stuff, or this stuff is happening. You talking about this and that. You talking about the C-19 and everything else, and how all that stuff was coming about. Like, bro, come on now. Okay, you know what? That's one of the reasons. I'm telling you, that's one of the reasons why I stopped watching The Simpsons. You know what I'm saying? it sucks to be able to watch a show, every Sunday when it's coming on, and then worrying about the next week. Okay, is this going to happen today? I don't want to be looking into a crystal ball and saying no, seeing the world's in it. I hope they haven't predicted anything about the World War III, because I'm not quite ready. I'm not quite prepped for it yet. I'm getting there, but I'm not quite prepped for it. Okay, Bambi, what's your next one?
My next one is the. Hold on.
You good?
Mine's like, so all the ones that I have are more like the first one that I did, but like
Okay.
how different, like a lot of them were how different movies like interlocked with each other.
Okay.
So I have one that's the Monsters Inc. and Brave like combo. It's believed that Boo is the witch from Brave. After everything, she became obsessed with like doors because obviously Sully like came through her closet door.
Mhm.
And so she like, I don't exactly remember how they worded it, but like she ended up using magical doors to try to keep, like she was trying to find Sully. So she like was going to different like interdimensional or whatever places. And she actually accidentally created Mordew trying to recreate Sully. But was unsuccessful, obviously. And like, yeah. Because Pixar has also said that all of their movies are interlocked somehow.
Okay. And to go along with that, because I had like a little snippet of kind of the same thing as what you're talking about there. And so the detail on mine is that it all starts with the magic and Brave, which leads to animals gaining consciousness, Finding Nemo, objects coming to life, Toy Story, and machines taking over, Wall-E. The theory culminates with the monsters of Monster Inc., who are actually time traveling into the past to scare children. The Boo, like you said, from Monsters Inc., grows up to become the witch in Brave, closing the loop.
Okay.
That's-
And also to add to that,
Mhm.
Bing Bong from Inside Out is based off of the monster that would go into Riley's room and make her laugh, because at the end of Monsters Inc., they're no longer working on like scream power. It's the laughter power.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's where she based Bing Bong off of.
Okay. What's your thoughts there, Mace?
Oh, a little bit more twisted stuff since we're talking about real life and Monsters Inc.
Okay.
The Monsters Inc. thing with them scaring children to harness energy, that is reflective of what the Epstein people do when they torture children and harvest their blood for adrenochrome.
Yes, that was one of the things that came out. I was like, wait, what? Like what? It's all, and I think about it, there's so many different movies that have kind of used that same type of theme. Have you ever seen the movie Dark Crystal, Jim Henson?
Yeah.
Okay, so like they were doing with the I guess what they were, the elflings, and they were taking them and they were like basically draining them. They had them looking at the crystal or whatever through this, or looking at the whatever it was, the moon, whatever, through this crystal, and it's draining their essence is what they called it. And then they drink out of that. They would help them, stay younger. I mean, they were thousands of years old, so I mean, there's only so much young you can get. But that reminds me of, so there's been a lot of movies in the past that have kind of reminded me of stuff like that. Dude, this is freaking weird, bro. This is freaking, yeah, Chrissy says yes. This is like freaking weird, to hear stuff like this. You think about these movies and TV shows and cartoons you watch growing up, and then you're like, and then you hear the stuff coming out with the Epstein files, and you're like, wait, what? And we already know Hollywood's it's definitely intertwined with any and everything going on. So it's like, bro, I don't know. What you say?
I just said yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's just, to me, it's freaking crazy. It's just freaking crazy. Do you have anything you want to add on to that there, Mace?
No, that's that. I mean, so like with Disney Pixar, right? And we all know Disney's the devil. But Pixar is an interesting one because it's all about. All right, so one of the first shorts that they had made was about a snow globe, and basically, which call me crazy because no one believes in this, but you guys will believe in every other crazy crackpot conspiracy theory except for the one that actually ties everything together to make it make sense. But yeah, this first one that they did, one of the first ones that they did was about a snow globe that this little snowman is stuck in the snow globe. It can't get out. It wants to hang out with the other novelty toys, and it tries to get out, but it ends up falling off the shelf, ends in a fish tank next to Atlantis, and then it's still stuck under this dome. And that was indicative of the whole flat Earth thing. And it was after that Disney had contracted them and made all of their stuff and then eventually bought them out. And Disney's always flipped the bill and the money and the control for Pixar for all of time, ever since that short. We also know that Disney provided filming for they did film production for the US government for a couple operations in Antarctica. One of them was nuclear testing for the atmosphere. I think that was called Operation Fishbowl. And then there was one called Operation Deep Freeze. There's an Operation Penguin or some shit. Like, they're all named stupid stuff. But yeah, all of these different operations that Disney helped film to catalog and record things for the US government, these just so happen to be things that are indicative of the Earth being flat. For example, the fact that every time they were testing the nuclear weapons, they could only go so far and then would explode. They couldn't get them past a certain limit. So that's rocket testing and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah, that is like the biggest tinfoil thing that you could think of with Pixar is the fact that the creators knew about these things. And then Disney saw that and was like, all right, we're going to make sure we have complete control of your productions from now on. Because Disney would also know if they were working with the US government on these types of operations. You see what I'm saying? But I'm crazy. I'm stupid. Everyone still believes in the ball. It's whatever. Give it a few more months and you guys will believe it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm quickly, and I like doing shows like this because I mean they're fun, they're lighthearted. It still teeters on the real conspiracy theories that are still out there. When I say real conspiracy, I'm like the ones that are like, you know what, this could really change, humanity, how we think, what we believe, how we live, type conspiracies, that type of stuff. But the thing is that all this is just so, it's crazy that we can talk about a cartoon conspiracy theory episode where we're talking about, the different meanings or hidden meanings behind these different cartoons and stuff like that. But it still reflects everything that is going on in real life.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just amazing to me that's how that is. And it further just solidifies that everything literally is connected. Every single freaking thing in our lives is connected to something else. That's why I'm just like, I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop because I don't know what the heck is going to happen next. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting back with some popcorn. I got a bag of shelled peanuts back here. I'm just been back here with my monitors going, watching the news, seeing what next is going to pop up. But I just think it's all freaking crazy. Baby, you got another one for us?
Most of mine are Disney related. I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good.
So there's a theory that Disney named the movie Frozen to manipulate the search engine results to bury the urban legend that Walt Disney's body was cryogenically frozen, and that he was frozen under the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney World.
The heck?
I don't know. So like, I guess there was like this thing going on, and like there was a rumor that he was, or at least that his head was frozen underneath that ride. I don't know why specifically that ride. And like reporters were asking like people from Disney about like if it was true or not. But then like when it got really big and popular and everything, next thing you know, Frozen came out. So when you started like researching like Disney Frozen and stuff like that, it would just pop up with the new movie that they just put out. So like, yeah, wow. I thought that was, I don't know, I came across that when I was looking into like a bunch of the stuff about like all the movies and stuff like that, just like the hidden meanings and stuff.
But why would they just keep his head?
I don't know.
They got hooked up to a machine or something? I mean,
well, that's the thing. You could actually expand that a bit more. Look at the Epstein files, right? What's there's a lot of this weird bioscience stuff written up in there. Okay.
Yeah,
and then even more tinfoil hat stuff comes where people trying to connect dots and stuff. So there's the idea that there's 13 group families that run the world, blah, 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 blah. And that the rich and powerful of the world, they crave immortality because they know that if they die, they're going to hell. So they want to stay alive on Earth. So there's ideas of consciousness transfer and cloning and stuff. So it could be argued from some of the weird bioscience stuff in the Epstein files that, because it's been said that when the elite die, they don't really die. They just change their role. Is that you could argue like, oh, Disney isn't dead. He's just not present anymore, right? Just not chilling. As the character Walt Disney. But when they die and they're no longer here, you need some sort of story. But these men of renown, these men of these elite statuses, they need to have some sort of legacy or whatever. And what better than to have some sort of tinfoil hatty thing like, oh, his body's cryogenically frozen, or they froze his head or whatever, just to kind of like keep like some sort of mythos of the man. So that hypothetically, let's say Disney did cryogenically freeze himself when he died. Because that rumor, unsubstantiated, because that rumor is out there in the world, it's been seeded. Hypothetically, let's say they were able to clone him and consciousness transfer him into his body. Years into the future, like now, where we have much better technology or whatever, we could say, oh, well, we were able to cure whatever was killing him before he died, and now here he is again. So to cover up any cloning, to cover up any of the other high-tech stuff, they could simply just say, oh, yeah, we just de-thawed him. You know, like they have some sort of story to kind of carry on. And a lot of people are already going to believe it because it's been in our consciousness for so long, just through the rumor mill.
They treat my man like a pot roast, man. Been sitting in the freaking freezer, man. Like day, like we're gonna put him on defrost him, put him on defrost. Sit him in the sink, put him in some warm water.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like not like room temperature water, by the way. Water will cause more bacteria.
Okay, well, there you go. I mean, I think that's what normally I do. Well, actually, I don't normally even do that. Like, if I got to defrost something, I normally put it in the sink and just let it defrost at room temperature, instead of putting in water and everything. But dude, like for real though, that's just
turn him into Captain America.
Yeah, like for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got some people standing over him with a hairdryer. They didn't sit my man to the dry cleaners. Anyways, That's hilarious,
Oh,
fam. That is
shit.
hilarious.
We lost a finger.
Oh, I was like, what? I thought because I heard the baby make a noise that you said, "Oh, we lost a finger." I was like, what? What?
Yeah, because you can't see me.
I was like, wait, what?
No,
That's
he's
not
still
something to laugh about. What are we doing here?
no, he's got 10 fingers and 10 toes. We good.
Okay, awesome. That's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, cool. All right, let's move this along. Okay, so somebody brought up, I think it was Christy, brought up SpongeBob earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it there. So brought up SpongeBob. Now there's a different. That's not one I was looking, or I originally was thinking about, but it was one that was on my list. Did you guys hear about that? The world of SpongeBob is a result of a nuclear testing.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, excuse me.
Sorry,
you have to
I really like SpongeBob.
But you ain't gotta say it all like that. Like, yes. Why didn't you know that, Birdman? Oh my God. Like, what? Why'd you gotta say it like that?
That's just my voice, man.
Anyways, yeah. So the theory is that SpongeBob, the world of SpongeBob, is a result of nuclear testing. The show's name, Bikini Bottom, is a direct reference to Bikini Atoll, a real life site for U.S. nuclear testing. The theory suggests the radiation mutated the sea creatures, leading to a talking sponge, a tech savvy plankton, and a squirrel in a diving suit.
Okay. Yeah.
As I'm reading it, and I'm thinking of the show in my head, I'm like,
And a
seriously?
crab that likes money, apparently.
A crab that eats crab.
Oh yeah, a cannibal crab.
Because the crab patties, if you notice, he's the only crab there.
The secret ingredient of a Krabby Patty is crab.
Yeah, crab meat. That sucker, he done sold out his whole family to make burgers. That's
Another
crazy.
one that I heard about SpongeBob is that they all correlate to one of the 7 deadly sins.
What?
What are they then?
SpongeBob is lust, Patrick is sloth, Squidward is wrath, Gary is gluttony, Mr. Krabs is greed, Sandy is pride, and Plankton is envy.
Why does that make so much sense?
Uh-huh. Why do you think it's the first one on my thing?
What the?
The only thing is, I personally would have switched, like, in my research, I would have switched Gary and Patrick and had Patrick as gluttony and Gary as sloth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because Patrick eats a lot of.
Yeah.
He just eats a lot. And Gary is slow as all get out.
Because the theory on that is that he found the mom with poachers. The comment. He found.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Earl's mom had been killed by poachers and ended up like adopting her.
That's the theory.
Yep. It's a really sad theory.
Dang. That's kind of messed up. Dang, that's kind of messed. Either that, he just got down with the wheel. I mean, there could be
I
those
don't
there.
want to know how that would be even remotely possible, but I mean, it's a TV show.
I mean, I can get the birds and bees, but this would be a crab and a whale. So basically, what happened was he crawled. I'm like, Birdman's not gonna do that. It's not Birdman After Dark animated series.
There are children watching.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was doing the animated series one, because so I could, well, I mean, I'm gonna draw it out or anything. I mean, if I do draw, it's gonna be stick figures anyways. I can't draw. But no, yeah, I don't know. I will go with the whole adopting. I mean, it's sad. But I would go with that whole thing of that. But
I think there's an episode where they kind of hint at it, but they don't get like too into it.
What, the poachers one or my version?
The poachers one.
Oh, okay. About my version? They got into my version.
They've hinted numerous times at Pearl being adopted.
I'm pretty sure she's adopted. I mean, I don't think there's a question about that.
Yeah,
I do not think there's a question about that.
And they've hinted that her mom died somehow, like in a bad way, but they didn't like say specifically like, oh yeah, your mom was killed by poachers, but they have hinted at it a couple of times in the show.
Yeah, I missed those episodes. I've seen her
every
on
single
there.
episode because my son and my husband are obsessed with SpongeBob.
Oh, your husband too?
Yeah.
Okay.
His 25th birthday party was a SpongeBob themed birthday party. What's funnier than 24?
Yeah, we grew up on it.
What if I?
Wow. I mean, I didn't really grow up on it. SpongeBob came after. Well,
no, but we did though.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one time he comments, was when I said, "What's funnier than 24?" So he comments 25.
What's up, brother? Hey, thanks for joining again. I appreciate it, man. Love having you in here. You got to join the show at one point in time, especially on one of these conspiracy theory episodes.
Yes, he does.
So if you have some other ideas for some episodes, all you gotta do is let your wife know. We'll get you in here on the episode. I love hearing other people's opinions, man. That's crazy to me. Wow. I mean, awesome. Love that. That is crazy to me. The whole SpongeBob thing, and I've heard so many different other types of theories, but the nuclear one, I had never heard about the nuclear site one. That one I never heard about. I do vaguely remember hearing one about what's Mr. Krabs' daughter's name? What was her name?
Pearl.
Again? Pearl. That's a black name, man. I heard a lot of black people. I know a lot of old black women named Pearl. Give me Scooby-Doo any day. I could really mess you up with some Scooby-Doo stuff. I did one. What I should have done was I could have done just a whole episode on Scooby-Doo. I could have done this whole episode just talking about Scooby-Doo. No other cartoons or anything. I could have just done a whole thing talking about Scooby-Doo. Because that one is so jacked up. And the one I found somebody who has a serious obsession with Scooby-Doo. And he comes up with so many different theories, and he has tackled every single character as the main character and a conspiracy theory behind them. You all right?
Yeah, he's sneezing.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm about to say, I thought if he was coughing, I was going to say cut it down to 2 packs a day. The 2-pack. Don't go over 2 packs, bro. Don't go over 2 packs. 3, you're just doing too much. If you can stick to 1, good. I mean, I'd rather you have none, but if you're going to go ahead and do it, I mean, be responsible. But yeah, there's so many like Scooby-Doo. Like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting into it. No, because I will start going. I love Scooby-Doo as a cartoon. I still watch it. Brain and I watch it, and I love it when it comes to conspiracy theories because a lot of stuff does not make sense when it comes to Scooby-Doo, but these conspiracy theories make a lot of sense. Okay, all right, where are we at now? See, I just did the SpongeBob. Okay, do you have another one? Do you want to give us, or did you have one that you want to come up with, or you want to throw out there, Mace? Or
no, I mean, just on the note of Scooby-Doo, the one little tinfoil hat thingy, it's not even that big. It's just an explanation for why the show exists in the first place, is the fact that they're all draft dodgers.
Yeah, I've never heard that one. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that during the
it's
production meeting. So what was that
like
one?
The late 60s, 70s, they don't want to get drafted. One of the ways that they would get out of the draft back then was going to college, but obviously Shaggy doesn't look like someone that can get into college necessarily.
Those
they're all
Scooby snacks.
So they're all just traveling around the country during the summer of love, solving mysteries in different towns because they don't want to get caught by the authorities because Shaggy got drafted and didn't want to partake or whatever.
Oh God! Wow. Yeah. There, Hellboy. You might want to watch out because you get on that subject, and you and Mace are just going to have a field day.
He wants to do an episode on it so bad.
We can do one.
It's not a conspiracy though. It's basically like the truth of our reality.
Yeah, but there's a lot that people just don't know though.
Yeah,
that's the thing. So it comes off as being like a conspiracy. So I get it.
Chris and I went down a rabbit hole. the other day just on that topic.
Wow. Okay.
I
Well,
called
hey,
mom immediately. I'm like, "Have you guys done this yet?"
No, we have not. We have not. We have not done it yet. But I think it's coming.
You would say it's kind of surprising. Like that's like another big bad one. Connects a lot of dots.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that we're how no, I'm not doing it. Not now. No, I'm not doing it now.
No.
Nope, not doing it now. Not doing it now. You almost had me. Just when I thought I was out, you trying to bring me right back in. No, so you're not doing it. You're not doing it. No, I'm not gonna allow you. Okay, so I'll tell you what, how about we do this? Let's take a quick commercial break.
Okay.
And let's get a quick breather, take a quick commercial break. Come back, we'll get more into this. So we'll be right back right after these messages from 143 Infinite Designs. If you don't know who that is also me. And it's also Daz. We own a t-shirt business. We're trying to get that off the bin. So here's some kind words from 143 Infinite Designs. This commercial break is brought to you by 143 Infinite Designs. At 143 Infinite Designs, they believe that fashion is a powerful way to celebrate love, creativity, and connection. It is their mission to bring people together through custom, stylish, and meaningful t-shirt designs that enable everyone to express their unique stories, passions, and personalities. At 143 Infinite Designs, they also aim to make every piece a reflection of kindness, unity, and infinite imaginations, spreading positivity one shirt at a time. So if you'd like more information, please reach out by calling 620-454-6588 or by email 143infinitedesigns@gmail.com. What is up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy, the Birdman, from the Birdman Show Conspiracy Files Edition. My main mate Valor joining me, and I've got Miss Bambi, and we got the little birdie joining. We got the little birdie joining because I got baby bird. I should start calling her Teen Bird. That's gonna be baby bird now. And then Rain's also Sweetie. So man, we got a lot of birds around here. We are really starting to flock. I'm loving it. I love it. We're starting to flock around here. I freaking love it. Anyways,
I'm just the weird deer that thinks it can fly.
That is it wouldn't that be Rudolph?
No, I was thinking more on like the Stella Luna rate, but that's a
okay. Yeah, okay, you're right. Anyways, I'm sorry. We're definitely scrolling. Like I said, this is the Birdman Show Conspiracy Files edition. You guys already know what to do. You should at least by now. So why don't you go ahead and do it with us? Baby Bird, give us a tweet. But you know what to do. Do it with us. All right. I kind of heard the little tweet or a growl. Maybe you're a pterodactyl. Oh, he's probably a pterodactyl then. It's another bird though. It's a pterodactyl, but I mean it's a big bird. Not the big bird. He's iconic. Anyways,
he's terrifying. Don't care what anybody has to say.
I don't really like Big Bird. Never did. Never really cared for him that much. I never really cared for Sesame Street. But that's just me. It is what it is. We are talking about cartoon cover-ups or the cover-up. And basically it's conspiracy files, conspiracy theories about different cartoons. And so my question is, first of all, how are you guys holding up so far with this episode? Bambi, we'll start with you.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm having some fun with it. I like the fact that like we took a little bit of a break from the. There's still some real world stuff in it, but it's like a little more of a lighthearted, fun manner before we get into some more heavier stuff.
Yeah, I like it too. I'm enjoying it myself. Mace, how about you, brother? How you doing so far?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's fun. It is hard. Like, almost everything cycles back to realm that we experience, but for the most part, it is a lot more of a joyous venture this time around.
Yeah, I like it. I am enjoying it immensely. Okay, so we brought up some fairly crazy takes on things. I guess we'll say we'll go with that. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. So far, what's the one that kind of so far as of right now we're kind of like, yeah, I didn't really think about that before. When one of these episodes were brought up. Baby, let's start with you.
I think the one that like kind of I didn't really think about would be the Scooby-Doo one. Which is weird because I know you guys have said something about it a couple times, but it's one that I hadn't really heard of before.
Yeah, the draft dodging one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had never heard that one either. I have never heard that one either.
I've heard the one like they're in a like not post-apocalyptic, but like an economy crash.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they find all the run-down places, but I'd never heard that one.
Yeah. What about you, Mace?
Oh, that would have to be the both Winnie the Pooh and the SpongeBob one. How each individual characters are indicative of something more nuanced, either psychologically or spiritually.
Yeah, I'm along the lines with you there too. I will add this about the Scooby-Doo one. The one that really took me out was the one about Fred. You heard about the one about Fred, right?
No.
One of them about Fred. Okay, so the one about Fred is that he actually is in a coma and he's dying, and so the adventures that they're going on is just his mind trying to figure out how to deal how to deal and cope with what's going on with him. And the person that killed him was one of the childhood friends pushed him down. They were in a mine shaft and he pushed him down a hole and he ended up hitting his head. By the time they got him out, of course he's in a coma. Majority of the time, I think they said it was over. I can't remember. It was over. Chrissy said yep. It was so I can't remember how many times. What are you doing, guy?
Sorry, Chris came in and was asking me for something, and then was like, "How are you keeping?" Like he was trying to figure out how I'm keeping him looking at like the screen. My TV's behind my iPad, and it's playing the dancing fruit.
Oh, well, there you go. Hey, there you go. That's how you do it.
I'm just trying to keep calm.
You got to be inventive when it comes to kids. You figure out anything. It don't matter what it is. And I don't know how many times I've played Baby John just to keep that one in there, that little terrorist in there calm. Jeez, oh God. And I don't negotiate with terrorists, but that one I sometimes bend. Anyways, but with Fred, yeah, he's so like I can't remember the name of the kid who pushed him down the shaft, but if you pay attention, but I think it was like over 85 to 90% of the places that they go to these places that like the amusement parks and stuff like that is owned by one particular person. And the particular person whose name they say, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, is the name of the father of the kid that pushed him down. And what it is that he's the one that's been paying Fred's medical bills the whole time, which is the reason why his name keeps coming up. And then if you notice some things that go on with the cartoon as it go on, if you notice Fred never goes into any place first. He always sends somebody else in. And they broke down the characters and who they are. And I can't remember. Like I said, I will pull that back up. Maybe I'll pull it up for the recap and maybe we'll revisit it.
I never said he was watching us. I just put it on. It's the way my room is set up.
Hey, he just calls you out on the show. That's hilarious. Oh my God, that's funny. Okay, let's move this bad boy right along. Baby, what's your next one?
So, off the top, like, because it's not Scooby-Doo related, but similar, the Powerpuff Girls. There's a theory. It's called the Brenda theory. That this girl named Brenda, like, was being like super bullied by her brother and ended up developing DID. And so Mojo Jojo is like kind of like her brother. And like, so Blossom represents her desire to be calm, intelligent, and like a leader. Bubbles is, her innocence, and she wants to like a way that she wants to be like sensitive yet feisty. Buttercup is like the anger, the aggression, the desire for revenge. And then the professor is the need for having like a protective figure, or somebody who like is like noticing all these things.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I can get it, but I'm like, that's freaky.
I just always thought it was weird they didn't have any fingers.
They got nubs.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was weird. Like,
They're just in hand prison all the time.
Yeah, I was like, how you pull up your socks? Like,
Mr. Smithers.
Are you? I just saw that too. Chrissy, are you talking about? Are you trying to figure out the name of
the Scooby-Doo guy?
The father or whoever the guy there. I don't know if it was Smithers. Smithers, I think was. When I think of Smithers, I think of Simpsons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say no because I don't remember off the top of my head. So I'll look at it again. I have my notes around here. So that was when I was actually writing them down. Now what I do is I actually either type them out or talk out my notes and I email them to myself and I save them in a file. So now I have a whole file of my okay. And so I have a file within my email just for like conspiracy files or the Birdman show. So that way I actually have my notes every week. I don't have to worry about losing them unless I forget my password. Then that's another problem. Anyways, wow, the Powerpuff Girls, really?
Yeah, I found that one. That one was one that I found like an hour before the show. Like I was just kind of like writing everything down because I had originally wrote it on a piece of paper and it was really neat and it was bothering me. So I wrote it in my notebook and I was like, just checking on a couple of things that I had written down and I found that and I was like, huh.
I'd never heard that.
And I don't know where the name Brenda came from either. I'm not like, I used to watch the Powerpuff Girls, but I wasn't like a oh my god fan or anything. But apparently like that's the girl's actual name.
So okay. I'm not even because I think I'm gonna confuse myself even more. Because I never Powerpuff Girls was definitely not one of the ones it was on my hit list. So I mean I can't speak too much on it. Oh jeez.
I mean I can kind of see it because like the professor made them in a lab.
Right.
But it's like it was kind of confusing, but I could also see what they like in the theory what they meant about the depictions of all of them because I mean that is like Blossom's the leader, she's the smart one and all of that. Bubbles is the I'm gonna be the prettiest girl at the party. That's the only thing I can think of when I think of Bubbles is that one like TikTok. And then Buttercup is like the angry will beat the crap out of you one. So
yeah, I mean y'all do me fair. I mean y'all to take over the show real quick. I gotta handle something real quick. So go ahead.
Oh, word.
Yeah, come up. Yeah, I gotta handle something real quick. So you guys carry on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, this is a weird one for me because I never really bothered looking at cartoons deeper than the surface level. But there was one I heard recently. My kids watch Adventure Time quite a bit.
I love that.
Naturally you watch something and then YouTube, without even asking, recommends stuff to you, right?
Yeah.
And the one that I got recommended that I actually watched this short video essay on was that whole show, Adventure Time, is, I guess Finn is in a coma. And this is the imagined world that he's living in.
I've heard that. I've also heard that he was just on like some serious drugs in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that one is a weird show, especially with all the weird things that happens. Like, I've also heard a mix of the two. That he's in a coma, and then when like because like sometimes it's weird stuff, but sometimes it's like really weird, trippy things that happen that are scary. And like I've heard that when that happens, it's basically like they give him like pain medication, and he's basically just having a really bad high in his made up.
So he's basically like an MK Ultra test subject, and this world is how he copes.
Yep. Because if you actually watch the show, like, they have a lot of fun and they do the weirdest things. But then there are times, like, especially, obviously it's Adventure Time, but, like, there are times when, like, you know, there was a whole episode where a bunch of candy people turned into zombies and were eating everybody because they were made of sugar. But then they were still going after Jake and Finn, who are humans, not made of candy.
The frick?
So, we're talking about Adventure Time.
Oh, I didn't remember that episode. Oh yeah, I didn't remember. I love that show.
So it's like,
it's the very first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's crazy. Wow. That's definitely weird. Huh. Okay. All right.
So it's the weird things that happen. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely some weirdness going on there. Okay. So that was the one you just brought up.
Yeah. You know, we used to have some really cool shows, man, but they're not here anymore. Or we don't have anything like equivalent. Like we had Celebrity Deathmatch.
Ah, love that. I love that. That was a good. That was just a real fun one. The claymation ones. They had a lot of good ones. I love the Celebrity Deathmatch. I still watch it every once in a while. You can catch it. I think it's on Netflix. I think you can actually catch it on Netflix now. So that's pretty dope.
There was another claymation show. I think it was on Fox. I can't remember the name of it, but I remember watching it as a kid.
You know what it was about? Or
the main character was a black guy.
The PJs?
There you go. PJ.
I'm sorry. My kids' shows are like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Foster's Home Imaginary Friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, there were some really good ones. I mean, there was some really good like there's I don't know. I just don't know about the quality of like actual cartoons nowadays. I got
all children in this day and age. I want to yeet myself out of a window sometimes with some of the things my kids watch.
Well, I know a lot of people.
There's brain rot.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are like trying to find DVDs and stuff of old series from cartoons and show those to their kids.
My kids have seen.
Yeah, I just don't like them.
Of like my childhood ones. At this point.
I don't like how some of these are.
Not you.
I definitely don't. I definitely don't. Oh, do you spit up?
No, the burps that sound like they should bring friends usually don't.
Oh wow! Hey, you eating steak now, bro? Like,
I had steak the other day, so technically, yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Well, yeah. People don't understand how that works. Yeah.
Oh, it's a
like,
kitty.
oh, Jesus! It's like, Monty, you dusting over there? I didn't know what the heck that was at first.
I know. I'm like, I need to feed this cat.
It's not even my cat.
You just yeah. Well, that's how Dez's cat is. He's not my cat, but he's always
literally. This cat doesn't belong to us. This is just a neighborhood stray.
The heck? Oh well, we got a couple of those around. Yeah, we got a couple of those that are walking around our back too.
I have
We got
one
one that
behind
we
me.
actually feed.
That one's actually mine though.
This is Sainty.
Oh, you can't see it.
He's actually our neighbor's cat, but during the day he hangs out with us over here.
Huh. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, we've got a cat.
Yeah,
That's
my
like
cat's
2 doors down.
every time he walks up, my cats can see him out the front window, and the inside cats get pissed because they get all jealous of him and stuff.
Huh. Yeah,
That's how
he's
my
out. He's
cats
walking
are.
free.
We have a possum that likes to come up on our porch and chill, and his name is Dinner, and my cats don't like him.
His name is what?
Dinner. I didn't name him. One of our neighbors did because they used to feed him all the time, so that's why he hangs out on our porch.
They called him Dinner because they used to feed him all the time. Were they just trying to fatten him up so they could make him dinner?
I would hope not.
There's a lot I hope not for, but there's a lot that actually does happen.
I would really hope my neighbors are my in-laws, so I hope not.
Hey, I don't know. I was saying maybe if you don't see the possibility anymore, just make sure you double check the pot pie they serve you. Anyways, just playing. I'm playing. No,
I wonder if there's any good theories about the Rugrats.
There
are. I've got one.
Ooh.
I'll share it right now. Hold on a minute. Okay. I thought the cat was trying to drink out of the dog bowl again. Sorry. But I got one right now. This is one of many that I've heard. This is one I don't know if it's the more widely popular or used one. I don't know, but this one is the Rugrats Massacre. Okay. This is the one where all the babies except was it Dell?
Oh,
Dell, yeah. Well, all the babies except for Dell are figments of Angelica's imagination. So they're saying the behind this one that the disturbing theory claims Tommy was a stillborn. Chucky died with his mother in childbirth, and that Phil and Lil were a single aborted fetus. That's really messed up. Angelica, lovely and traumatized, imagine them all as living babies to cope. The theory suggests baby Dill is real, and Angelica's resentment explains her roughness with him.
Wait, here's the thing. Isn't Angelica supposed to be like 3 or 4 years old? So how the hell would her parent, the grown-ups have got to, you don't sit hey, just so you know that baby was stillborn. Hey, just so you know this guy got an abortion. Why are they telling this shit to this kid?
Well,
she probably shouldn't even know. Maybe about the Chucky thing.
But if you think about it, though, if you really think about it in that sense, how many times have we as grown-ups had conversations and not paid attention that the kids were right there?
Oh, all the time.
And in the show, Angelica's mom is always on her phone talking and ignoring her.
Yeah. So she could be on the phone talking about everything that's going on, and then that's how Angelica found out. And that's how this great. So, but first of all, what are your thoughts behind that? Bambi, you want to give us some thoughts on that one?
I've heard the theory that they're all figments of her imagination. Also, as I've gotten older and I'm rewatching all of this stuff with the Rugrats, to me, I actually think Angelica is a lot older than we were led to believe when we were younger, because her mannerisms are a lot older. And there's a point in time where they basically leave her to watch all the other babies. They're still in the general vicinity, but they're not in the same room. And they basically put her in charge. So it's if she's only 3 or 4, she's not gonna be capable of doing that. So I always thought she was 6, maybe 7 years old.
Well, I mean, if she's
a
figment of her imagination,
she was a little younger because she was able to understand the babies. So it's if you're around the same age, you could
But there's the theory if they were a figment of her imagination, because the only one she can't understand too is Dill. None of them can.
Yeah, that's true.
But all of the other kids are talking and can talk to Angelica.
Yeah. This is really weirding me out, bro. Like,
I mean, it's kind of like Stewie. Only certain people can hear him talk. Just say it.
Yeah, it's yeah, yeah, I don't know. This is it's weirding me out, bro. It's weirding me out. Whole thing. I'm not liking it. Not liking it at all. Did you have any other thoughts on that? There, Mace.
You brought up Stewie, so from Family Guy. Here's the thing that gets me.
Mhm.
I remember OG Family Guy, and it was like a subplot, funny little thing where every week Stewie would try to find a way to kill his mother.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of The Simpsons, where the running gag was at some point in the episode, Bart will piss off Homer so much he'll just choke him.
Right,
And
right.
it's like
Yep.
eventually that went away.
Yeah.
And it's like these aren't shows for kids. So
No.
well, maybe
You
The
need to
Simpsons
watch
is
the
more
new
family
episode.
orientated.
What'd you
You
say?
You need to watch the newest episode that just came out. It explains that exactly what you just said.
Family Guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally, it came out like last week. I'm
Huh,
up to date
okay.
on Family Guy.
Yeah, see, I kind of after I got to the after I got in the military, because I was watching it before, because it came out. It started not that long before I joined the military. Because when did Family Guy start? It started in
I don't know. I didn't watch it till I got older.
was it like 02? 02, 03? I want to say it was before my daughter was born. She was born in 03.
I know it was after I was born. I just don't know when.
I'm assuming Mace is looking it up.
What am I looking up?
Or not.
I'll look
Wait,
it
what
up.
was the question? No, I got
I
a
get.
text from the missus. I was writing her back.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, when did Family Guy start?
1999, January 31st.
It was in 99. January what?
January 31st of 1999.
Wow, it was on my birthday. That was on my birthday.
But apparently the show was canceled by Fox in 2000 and then again in 2002. But they ended up rebooting it again.
In 2002?
Yep.
So that had to have been when I first saw it. I don't think I'd seen any, because I don't remember seeing it in 99. 99, I was at 99. Yeah, no, I definitely don't remember seeing it in 99 because I was in college. It was my sophomore year of college. So I don't remember
Apparently
seeing it. So it had to
low
been
ratings at first.
Yeah, so I think it had to have been when I first saw it. I think it had to have been in that 2002, which, like I said, had been right before. It was right before my daughter was born, and about 2 years before I joined the military. And so, and I think by far my all-time favorite Family Guy episode was when Peter went to the feminist retreat, and he basically became a feminist. And then he came home and he was talking to Lois, and he was telling her how much they were standing by Stewie's crib, and he was telling her how much he appreciated her and how sad he was that he would never be able to experience the wonders of childbirth. And she gives him a kiss and says, "Oh, I love you, Peter." And she walks off, and he's standing there by Stewie's crib, and he picks him up and he's rocking him. And then
Oh my god.
he goes to breastfeed him. And Stewie wakes up.
And starts
He was
rubbing.
like,
Takes the hair out of his mouth.
he's like, where the that hair out? He looks up and Peter goes, oh.
It's like, what is wrong with you?
No.
That is my all-time favorite episode. And I don't care how many times I've watched it. It kills me every single time I watch it. Chrissy says y'all are so young. Yeah, well, my bones don't feel young. But yeah, no, yeah, that's funny to me though. That show had me dying. The first time I seen it. Now they tried to strike while the iron was hot, and they tried to come out with the Cleveland show. That just did not work.
Yeah, that
Cleveland
ended up getting canceled. It was funny, but it just
I think it was okay until they introduced the bear. When they had the bear there,
yeah.
that I was like, okay, bro, this doesn't even make any sense, man. But yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is. Okay, so let's see. I just brought up the Rugrats. What else you got for us there, Bambi? Your mom said she's about 20 minutes out too.
Okay. I've got one about Beauty and the Beast.
I've heard a couple. Let's see if I've heard this one.
That Mrs. Potts isn't actually Chip's mom.
Really?
Yeah. So he always calls her mom, but when they get turned back into humans, she is a very much older lady, like gray hair, and like she's depicted as this like really old lady, but she's also in like back in the timeline that Beauty and the Beast had taken place. She was in a maid's uniform, and a lot of times maids that were dressed like that were taking care of the children.
Yeah.
So there's the theory that Chip is actually the Beast's illegitimate son.
Oh boy.
And that the enchantress that changed him into the Beast and did all of that is actually the child's mother.
Oh, for the love of God.
And that she changed them into that because she was afraid because he was illegitimate that if the Beast found a woman to marry, that he would take the child away from her and try to have like this new wife raise him as its own, because they didn't age or anything during the entire time that they were changed and all of that. So it's like, you know, how would she have gone from this like younger woman to be able to have Chip to this like much older lady that probably would not have been able to have the child. I
don't think that's set. I don't think it's set right with Christy there. Well, if that one doesn't sit right with you, Christy, this one won't either, because the other one I heard about Beauty and the Beast was the fact that during the scene where Belle was being attacked by the wolves, she actually died.
Yep.
Beast brought her back, and ended up bringing her back to the castle, and because of the castle, he was able to bring her back to life or whatnot. Not necessarily back to life; she was dead. And so the whole movie is this dude just interacting with her corpse.
So is he the one that has Stockholm syndrome?
I guess. I don't know. It was weird. That one came along with another one, and so it just was weird to me. So I freaking don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, bro, I don't know. Like, it's just weird. I didn't really watch a lot of the Disney movies that came out.
I feel
so
like
hearing a lot of stuff is like
Disney princess movie, there is a theory that at the beginning of their movie or at some point in their movie that they died.
Yeah, that's like with Snow White. Like that one with Snow White, I can't remember all of it, but I know like they said towards the end, that the reason why the castle looked like it was in the sky is because the prince was just the angel coming to escort her to heaven. Yeah, it's weird. Like they had the clouds and stuff around it and all that. It's just, yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff. There's a lot of really like darker tones to Disney movies when it comes to conspiracy theories that most people actually realize. Which one? Christy Barnes. Which you said, well, that's different, but makes sense. Are you talking about the Snow White one? Christy, on that, you've heard that one. And then are you talking about the other one I was talking about on Beauty and the Beast? Was different, but makes sense? That's what I'm assuming. I don't want to assume too much, but that's what I'm assuming on that. But yeah, just let us know. Also, we just want to take real quick to thank everybody for joining us on YouTube, as well as the viewers we have on our new streaming platform, Kick. Like I said, if you're on there, thank you so very much for joining us over there. Like I said, if you want to join us there at any given time, it's going to be posting here, posting on Kick. Or if you just go to Kick at Birdman Show. We're also over on Rumble. We're Rumble at the Birdman Show podcast. Really? You're just gonna? Okay, whatever. And then I'll probably start reposting because I can't, since I'm not going live because Elon decided he wanted to start charging people. And I decided I'm not going live anymore on X, but I'll probably start posting because we did have a pretty decent following on there. But we are on X at Birdman Podcast as well. So you can definitely follow us on there as well. So, okay. All right. So, was that just you, Bambi?
What?
That just went?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. This is kind of weird. Okay. Have you guys ever heard the one about Donald Duck?
What about Donald Duck?
Okay. So this one is entitled The PTSD Paratrooper. Like, wait, what? That's exactly what I said. Yeah, that's exactly what I said when I first seen that one. Okay, so it's just basically saying Donald Duck's anger issues stem from PTSD. Because, you know, Donald's an angry little bird. Angry Birds. He's the original Angry Bird. Anyways, just thought about that. That's cool. But the theory suggests Donald's explosive temper, difficulty sleeping, and hypervigilance are symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder from his time as a paratrooper in World War II. His sailor suit is a constant reminder of his service. On some of these, I feel like they reach so much. I mean, I guess I can get it. But the paratrooper part is what gets me. Because I thought I can see the sailor uniform, but I thought it was just a different uniform. So I don't know, but that was one that was thrown. I seen, and I was like, you know what, I've got to bring this up to these guys on this one, because this one is I'm not going to be the only one.
That hurts my brain a little.
Right? Okay. So Christy said she said the one about her dying after the attack. Just keep I'm sorry.
This episode is just gonna ruin your entire childhood.
Fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Sorry. Not sorry.
You're just gonna keep putting all the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah, this is one of those things keep you on toes, kind of stuff. But did either one of you ever hear about that theory on Donald Duck?
No, actually.
I'd never heard that
Not
either.
That.
No, I'd never even remotely heard that he was a paratrooper. And the reason why he wears the sailor, I thought he was wearing a sailor uniform because he's a duck and he's in the water. You know, ducks are from.
He also lives on a boat.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking. I didn't know the dude served in World War II, and has PTSD. I didn't. I mean, some of his actions make sense. That, you know, it follows up with, you know, maybe having PTSD, but yeah, I did not. That one definitely took me by surprise. You want to add on to that?
I've just heard that he's got a speech impediment, but we all knew that.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Wow.
I just looked up one. This one's a bit weird, but I like the explanation.
Okay.
Okay. The Flintstones and the Jetsons are happening at the exact same time.
Yes, I have that one on my
heard
list
that
too.
one.
Go ahead. Tell me what you got.
So, oh wait, she has it?
I have it on my. I thought I had it on my list.
I've heard about
No.
it. I didn't have it on my list though.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so
No, go ahead.
the Flintstones live in the Stone Age, the Jetsons live in the future, but what if it's all happening at the same time? This theory suggests that the Jetsons are the rich elite living in floating space cities, while the Flintstones are the poor folks who got left behind on the wasteland that is Earth. Fred and Barney aren't primitive, they're just living in a Mad Max-style post-apocalyptic society while the Jetsons sip space lattes. Why else would the Great Gazoo, an advanced alien, be visiting the Flintstones? Because he's from the Jetson Society, keeping an eye on the peasants.
Yeah, I heard that one. It also because like when they talk about the crossover episode with the Flintstones and the Flintstones and the Jetsons, and it's like the Flintstones are always kind of looking up to the sky, but the Jetsons never look down. It's a weird freaking theory, but that one really messes me up. The fact that could be the exact same thing, but then I always think, okay, so but you can see the pillars that the buildings sit on, so it's like where's the rest of it? Where's the stop? Where's the stop? Where's the start at? Because you don't really see anything that would resemble that. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to try to explain that because I don't know. I'll get confused just thinking about it. Did you heard about that one, right, Bambi?
Yeah, I had heard about it. Just basically everything that Mace had said. I kind of watched both of those, but not enough. Those were a little before me. So.
What are you trying to say?
Just trying to say I didn't really have a lot of TV time growing up. I watched a lot of Disney growing up, so.
Okay. I thought you were trying to insinuate something. All right, ma'am. I got my eye on you. Okay, cool. All right. So Mace gave us that one. You're up right now, right, baby?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. What do you got?
So does it? I'm gonna go with a '90s one. Codename Kids Next Door.
Okay.
There's a theory that the main characters are actually hospitalized children, and the secret agent persona was created by a nurse to help them cope with their illnesses. The villains are hospital staff, and decommissioning at age 13 represents passing away or getting better.
Okay. Your husband's on you.
No, I'm not.
I think he's right. I think he is right. Is that what you were trying to say?
No.
Is that what you implying?
No.
No.
Ma'am?
Is that what you were implying, ma'am?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. Like I said.
Those were good shows. They just I didn't watch them.
Oh, don't be trying. No, don't be doing that. Don't do that. No. You're gonna say what you're gonna say. Say what you're gonna say. I'm like, oh, they were good shows though. Like they're cool for the time. Anyways, continue.
No, I watched them when I got older, and I actually had access to them.
Wow, I watched them when I got older. Wow, you're already old, but yeah, I watched them when I got older. Wow. Okay, I see how that goes. Anyways, finish up on your thought there before my old ears go off on me.
In that theory, I don't know why, but it's also theorized that Nigel, who is number one, is actually in an asylum. He's not as sick as all the other kids. He's there for mental issues. But But yeah, basically they just are like they're playing pretend and stuff. But the reason that none of them like when they kind of just like age out when they're 13 is because it's either them like getting better or dying and all of that. I found that one to be kind of weird because I actually really liked that kid. So you had to be Christopher, stop typing.
Oh God, I really like him.
I'm gonna have to have him come like chill with me next episode for a little bit because
that's fine. That's definitely fine.
That
is most definitely fine. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that one at all. Oh wow. He's on you. Man, he ain't let you come up for air. Wow.
I said I just didn't grow up with a lot of TV. I watched Disney.
Okay,
and PBS Kids.
I'm just saying. Chrissy, you're only as old as you feel. That's why I say I feel ancient.
If we're only as old as we feel, I'm a lot older than I actually am.
I think that holds true for anybody, especially.
I love the fact that Monty had to take a step away, so he actually put that photo up.
I was wondering when he was going to put that up there. Wow, yeah, that's about right. Okay, I tell you what we're gonna do. Let's Oh wow, I didn't mean to put that up there like that. Sorry, but I never would have guessed that.
Me neither.
I never would have guessed that. Wow, kudos to you, young lady. Kudos to you. Wow, that's amazing. All right, so I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Let's take a real quick commercial break. We get back. We'll talk a little bit more about this. I don't know if Miss D gonna make it in, which is fine. It is what it is. Like I said, I'd rather for her to be safe than us to have any issues or anything like that. So we'll be right back with more of Conspiracy Files right after this, as we hear from Tri-State 66ers. Hello, I'm Tim Simpson, owner and head coach of the Tri-State 66ers, based out of Pittsburgh and Parsons, Kansas. The Tri-State 66ers aim to unite our community through high-energy, family-friendly sports entertainment. But we are not just a basketball team. We're a platform developing talent, fostering civic pride, and creating lifelong memories for fans of all ages, while strengthening the region's love for the game of basketball. We are looking to partner with and promote local businesses to build a strong community connection. So if you are a local business and would like to join the 66er Nation as a sponsor, contact us by email at tristate66ers.basketball@gmail.com or call us at 620-454-6587. Join us as we look to support local businesses and community organizations through partnerships and promotion. What is up, everybody? Party people. Ooh, Eddy. Oh, sorry, my bad. Anyways, oh, okay. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up, Christy. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. She said, I'm not 80, I feel 80. Well, then you know what? I'm right there with you. We can go to freaking arts and crafts together at the nursing home. I'll meet you at the wheelchair or the walker park. And I don't know what the heck they do in nursing homes anymore. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you in that. That's how I feel most days. So I can understand that. But anyways, hey, we are back. This is the Birdman Show, Conspiracy Files edition. I'm the Birdman. That's Bambi with the littlest baby bird. And we got Mace Valor there. You guys already know what to do, so why don't you go ahead and do it with us. That is right. I got a little tweet over there. Okay. Yeah, we're here, and as you can see, you're scrolling down to the bottom. We are talking about on the Conspiracy Files cartoon cover up, where we're talking about different cartoons, animated shows, doesn't matter, that have conspiracy theories or maybe a hidden meaning behind them, that are either widely talked about or maybe not so talked about. There's a few that we've talked about that I had no idea or have ever heard of in my life. So I think this is pretty cool. How you guys feeling so far still with this episode? Baby, let's start with you.
I think it's been fun. I feel like we haven't rabbit holed as much as we usually do, or sidetracked, which is, I mean, not a bad thing, but
Right.
it's been a lot of fun to hear all the different ones. And like ones that I've never heard before too have been really cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that Powerpuff one, that one just, I was like, wait, what? Really? That's crazy. Never really thought of that. Never even, I mean, didn't really, it was one that I've seen, but I never really really was really on my radar. Mace Valor, how about you, bro?
Oh yeah, this one's pretty chill. It's mellow. It's nice. It's like I don't know. It on some level, it doesn't tickle the fancy of like it's not something I'm super knowledgeable about, which is why I like hearing it. And then whatever things that I have heard of, I can throw in on. But it is a lot more lighthearted, which is really needed in these times.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why we decided to start season 2 off this way, is because we're going to get into some much heavier and darker stuff as this season goes on. So I typically like whether it's this like I said, being on our second season doing Conspiracy Files, but we're in season 7 you're going to go into season 8 of the Birdman Show, and I've learned over the past seasons that I've done with the Birdman Show podcast that it's usually good to start with something light and end with something light. So that way it's not so heavy, and we even throw some light stuff in there, whether it's the You Be the Judge or now the new series Let's Talk About It, which a couple times has been a little heavy too. But we've thrown those in to kind of
Let's Talk About It. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? And so so it's cool to do that, because I think it's good for us as the host, because we're the ones sitting up here really talking about it, but it's also good for the audience, that they don't have to hear us talk about too many heavy things at once. Okay, so let's do a few more. And then we'll kind of start wrapping the show up. Bambi, you want to throw one out there? Or you want me to throw one out there?
You can throw one out there. I'm running out, so.
Okay. All right, so check it out. This one is entitled The Cancer Patient. Is that one you had?
No, it's one I've heard of. It wasn't on my list, but it is one I've heard of.
Okay. So this one, if you have heard of it, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't heard about it, we're talking about Peanuts. We're talking about Charlie Brown. The Charlie Brown. Okay. Charlie Brown is bald. Is a bald child dying of cancer is basically the premise of this theory. His baldness is the most obvious clue. The theory suggests his constant bad luck, anxiety, and inability to find happiness are the metaphors for the pain and sadness of a terminally ill child whose life is an hourglass. And Mace has an hourglass sitting right there beside him. So that's the theory behind that one. Did either one of you watch Peanuts at all? Okay.
Oh
Not
yeah.
Peanuts, but like Charlie Brown.
All right. So I mean, I watched it, but my first introduction to it was in the Saturday morning paper, the Saturday morning cartoon paper, the section with that, and they had Dennis the Menace. What was the one with the cavemen? I can't remember that. I can't remember the name of that one. Beetle Bailey. So that's where my first introduction, and it wasn't until years later when they actually came out with the animated series of it, where I was actually able to actually watch the cartoon of it. There's so much wrong with that cartoon. It's like just so many things. Like the fact that the adults you can't understand. There was another theory behind that one. I can't remember it. As to why exactly all the adults sounded like that. Yeah, yeah, and I can't remember it for the life of me. And I think it was in the same notebook I had with the Scooby Doo theories that I have. But yeah, it's just crazy. So to hear that was actually a little bit darker than what I anticipated on finding on a conspiracy theory for that show. But as it is explained, with his symptoms and everything like that, man, it's it's hard to dismiss it. Let's put it that way. It's just hard to dismiss it. Do you have any thoughts on that one? Bambi, you have any thoughts on that one?
I've heard of that one. I've also heard, like, along with it, that Caillou was also a cancer patient.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
So,
Yeah. Plus, he don't look like either one of his parents.
When I was, like, doing my research, I didn't really look too much into that one just because it is so widely known. I kind of figured one of you guys were going to bring it up.
Well, there you go.
Because that was when I grew up with the Charlie Brown stuff. So.
Okay. Oh. Guess who we have?
Mama.
Hey.
What is up?
Hello, party people.
How you doing? I just did that too. That's awesome.
Did you?
Yeah. All right, bring back for commercial.
I had I've been listening through my travels, but
okay.
obviously I was driving, so I couldn't interact. But yeah, for like the last 5 minutes, I hadn't been able to because I was getting into the house. So
no, it's all good. It's good to see you. I'm glad you made it home safely.
Yeah, me too.
A little boy got very excited.
Hi, Sasha boy.
He's just staring at you in your box. Say hi.
Take that a very wrong way if you're not paying close
Oh
attention.
Lord.
I was trying
talking
to
about your grandson, woman.
I was trying Jesus. Oh God. Okay.
And even then you came out the sunroof, so
Oh, we're back on that. Zipper critters.
Zipper critters.
Oh my God. Anyways,
Not even.
okay, that's a little bit much.
You missed the comment earlier. I don't know if you were like watching at that point, but you missed the comment earlier about how we even without you, we still had 75% mystique.
Yes, I did hear that comment.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, it all evens out. It all evens out, doesn't it?
Yep.
But yeah, I know, right? Chris is not letting you get away with nothing tonight, baby. He's not letting you get away with nothing tonight. Wow, going after your mom. Wow, your own mom.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yes,
wow.
And yes, I will.
Don't let him fool you though, because he throws some zingers my way every once in a while too. So,
oh yeah,
he's not sweet and innocent.
Well, I don't know if I buy that.
Yeah, but I throw him right back. So,
yeah, I definitely buy that.
Where do you think my kid learned it?
Yeah, well, trust me, we know. We definitely know. We've been hearing him all night. Oh, yes, you do. You call me old the whole episode. Anyways.
So I know you guys have been chatting, but I'd like to throw my 2 cents in.
Do it.
About some of these, and not to be the Debbie Downer, pun not intended on that, but there's a whole story too about this poet, and this teacher was trying to explain to everybody, well, this is what this poet meant, and goes into this whole profound um soliloquy, if you will, about what the piece particularly meant. And it had mentioned like starving heart and blah 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 blah. And the author happened to be there, and he's like, no dude, I was just hungry. Like, it's not as deep as you think. So the whole thing about art imitating life, and um everybody's going to see something in these characters that they can equate to themselves. And that's where you're going to come out with all of these cockamamie ideas. And I'm not saying all of them are, debunked, and it doesn't mean anything, because some of them quite literally do have, those conspiracies behind them. But for the majority of them, they're just, it's just entertainment. Personal opinion.
No, and I think that's the reason why, and that's an excellent point. But I also think that's the reason why there are so many different conspiracy theories for all of them. Like, there's not just one conspiracy theory for like the Scooby Doo. There's not just one conspiracy theory for the Rugrats. Definitely, we already know there's not one conspiracy theory for the Simpsons. There's multiple theories that are out there about the shows, and I think that's the reason why. Because the perfect point is that depending on who's looking at it, how they're viewing it, and if they have that mind that works like that, then that's where their theory comes from. So I love it just because they're just amazing conversational pieces. And I've had conversations about stuff like this. I'm going to like a dinner party, they're talking about all kind of crazy stuff, and then somehow, some way, it's usually probably my fault. Some kind of conspiracy theory comes up, and we start talking. There was one I remember very vividly talking about the Simpsons predictions and stuff like that, and we spent like almost an hour and a half. I was at a table almost for an hour and a half talking about Simpson predictions. Like, man, did you hear about the one? Like, oh my god, I can't believe that one. And it just kind of went back and forth. And I think they're a lot of fun with a lot of this stuff, especially some of the ones we've been bringing up tonight. Like, I had never heard of or anything like that. So I just think it's pretty cool with that. Did you have one that you wanted to throw out?
Well, I mean, like the whole thing with the Simpsons, and I know we mentioned it during the Simpsons episode we did, was that I think like in season 6, Homer wound up getting injured at work or whatever, and wound up in a coma. And that's why nobody ages in the Simpsons house, because it's all just his imagination while it's or a fever dream while he's in this coma. And like I said, that's why nobody ages, but for the most part, only in the Simpson house.
Right. Yeah. It's funny to me. That's one running theme that kind of goes along with a lot of these we talk about. It seems like a character seems to be in a coma. Yeah, sometimes I've heard that on multiple ones we brought up, that there's like something that's happened. Someone's in a coma, or someone has. Well, we found out that Donald Duck has PTSD from being in World War II.
I was listening to that.
World
War II actually, when a lot of your short animations were coming out,
yeah.
I mean, cartoons were vital, because not only did you see these children flock to it because they're animated, shorts. It's pictures are moving, but they appealed to the adult mind too, with little subliminal things like buy war bonds, or that kind of thing. That it was basically an advertisement for the adults and entertainment for the children.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm there with you. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna give you guys one more. I'm gonna give you guys another one. Okay. Now I promise you, this one definitely took me out. This one, I had to sit back and I had to look at it 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times. And I had to keep looking at it. And I'm still looking at it. I'm looking right at it, and I'm still, as we've been talking the last 4, I haven't even really been, I've like read the parts on my list, but then I go right back to this one right here. This one has to do with the Smurfs. Oh. I told you, buddy, 2 packs a day.
He giggled.
I told you 2 packs a day. You got to cut that stuff back, bro. Okay? You got to cut it back. Don't be shaking your head at me. You cut it back. I'm trying to help you out. You got little tiny lungs. Anyways, this one has to do with the Smurfs. Are you ready for the title of this one? The title is The Smurfs as a Hate Group. Yeah, I saw that look, baby. You're like, wait a minute. I don't think that's where I was thinking you're going with that one. Yeah, so this is titled Smurfs as a Hate Group. Now, this is gonna be funny, especially coming from the black guy. But anyways, you'll see why in a second.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Smurfs is a metaphor. They are a metaphor for the KKK or Nazis.
How?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the same thing too.
Exactly. That's why I was like, wait, what? Oh, Christy, no, you're not done. Come on, you're still with us. Okay, so yeah, because here's the explanation for it. The Smurfs, the Smurfs' white robes and pointy hats are strikingly similar to the KKK regalia, with Papa Smurf red robe or hat, whatever. I don't even remember wearing a robe. It's just hats and pants, or your Smurfette a dress. Robe and hat mirroring clan leadership. Further, their enemy Gargamel fits classic anti-Semitic stereotypes. Big nose, loves money, and his cat has a Jewish name, Azrael.
Oddly enough, it's not the first time I've heard that. I've also heard that they're just a cult.
I've heard the cult. I've never heard it. I can see how somebody might think that as a symbolism for that, because there's a big group of them running around with white hats. I get that. I get it. What, Kristen? That's not my fault.
I mean, I've heard other things about the Smurfs, but that's a new one for me.
Yeah. So I mean, I get where that goes, and I've actually heard the one about Gargamel. I've actually heard that part before. I just never heard them trying to say that the Smurfs were the KKK or Nazis. I thought that was wildly hilarious. And just, yeah, wow. So I was like, I've got to make sure I share.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to say that.
I told you it's gonna be funny coming from the black guy. So what's your guys' thoughts on that? We'll start with you. Actually, let's start with you, Miss D.
Like I said, I never heard that one. I mean, I can kind of see the visual to the reasoning. I mean, the big thing that I heard with the Smurfs, I mean, it's not even like really a conspiracy. It's the whole thing about Smurfette kind of being a how do I put this gently?
A work doll.
Yeah, because she's the only female. And then later in the seasons, there's children Smurfs. So where the heck did they come from?
Oh, we know where they came from. We're just trying to figure out who's
they. But I mean, some of the other
from.
things I've heard though is, I mean, the whole thing with Smurfs being a a comparison to sperm.
What?
You've never heard that one? Oh, I
Nope.
mean, think about it. Their shape, and then not only the shape, with the white hats, or um, and then they're all blue.
Okay, but okay. Hold on.
Mhm.
I now have questions because so are they sperm or are they a fertilized egg? Because they are originally gray. They need a very specific serum to become blue.
I don't know. This is just stuff I heard. I mean, I don't know. I didn't dive that deep into it.
I,
Apparently he has something to say.
I,
That
I,
says it all. He doesn't even know what we're talking about.
I don't. That just. But oh Lord, jeez.
Trolls are a whole nother have a whole nother theory to them, I think.
What, trolls?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Christy said. So what about trolls? They are a unique group.
Oh, wishing troll. Oh, we are not going into wishing trolls. That was my nickname for years when I first started DJing.
Well, that was your own fault for dyeing your hair bright blue or purple. Sorry.
Whose fault was it that I dyed my hair purple?
I'm gonna still go with your fault.
No.
Listen, Christy Barnes. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Like I said, I thought it was funny, but this whole thing about them being representative of sperm, it just.
So you're telling me that a Smurf turns into one of these?
Like you said, I didn't do a deep dive on that one because some things just need to kind of be glossed over.
Well, if they're sperm, then if you do a deep dive on that one,
Mom, you could use a very different.
Maybe that's. I know, right? Maybe that's where the Blue Man Group came from.
Listen, I'm tired. I've been driving all day. Been stuck at a gas station for 2 hours.
Yeah, maybe that's where the Blue Man Group came from. I guess I don't know.
Oh, good God!
They're grown-ups. What? What? No. What?
No, just all I can hear is my mom. Oh, good God!
Oh my God. Okay. That thing. Okay, I would say we'd wrap this up. I'm gonna give you one more and we're done. Okay, one more we're done because I had to get this one out. This one just really freaking freaked me out a little bit. I'm not gonna say freaked me out. I got mad because I used to watch this a lot as a kid, and you've heard this phrase before. I know because you said it before, Miss D. The satanic panic.
Yes.
Okay. Now you would think, why would you say that about cartoons? Okay. Well, this one. It's about the Care Bears.
Care Bears.
Yeah,
Care Bears here.
Yeah. This one's the Care Bears and the Owl House. These shows promote satanic. Oh, Jesus Christ. Satanic or a cult. I did. I think I did. I probably did. I've had, I think, at least 3 today. The Care Bears, satanical theory claims Care Bears care a lot. Okay. Basically their theme, Care Bears Care a Lot, is a voodoo holy city. Their tummy symbols are arcane sigils, and the mission. I don't have my glasses. God bless it. Somebody remind me to bring my glasses in here when I do the show. Their mission is to share like spirits possessing bodies. The Owl House, the show was accused of trying to normalize Wicca and Satanism by introducing a world of witches and demons to a young audience. Thoughts on that one?
My son loves that show. He's watched it quite a bit. You could say that about anything. You could say that about Harry Potter.
Oh God, I've said that about Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that one there, Miss D?
All right. First and foremost, again, we don't typically get into religion on this show, but I myself, as a practicing pagan, need to remind people that there is a difference between paganism and Satanism, or Wicca and Satanism. Um, and there's also a difference between Satanism and devil worship.
Right.
Um, so to lump everything into, oh well, that's Satan. Um, you have to look into um like when was that said? I mean, obviously it had to have been what, 80s, because of,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I mean, in the 80s is when we started seeing like a black hole um with religion. People were walking away from religion left and right. Um and it was being replaced with greed and that power hungry, yuppie society of the 80s. Um, Now, your diehards would tell you that basically anything outside of the church was satanic or
Yes.
witchcraft. Um, and that included things like the Care Bears, which actually had a very wholesome message to it. But because it was, on public television, you know, the radicalists, typically Christian radicals, um, went out on a limb and to have their children avoid it. I mean, how many of your radical Christian uh, groups now, won't even allow children to celebrate Halloween because it's satanic? You know,
Yeah. I don't. I like I said, it's crazy because I remember as a kid, and I grew up in a Pentecostal church or Pentecostal household. And I remember people saying that, but my parents still let us go trick or treating. They still let us dress up, because it was part of childhood, that they still wanted us to experience.
Mhm.
And I've never saw anything wrong with it.
Mm.
I never saw that. I don't celebrate pretty much any of the holidays, really, honestly. Like I go through emotions as far as, especially like, Halloween, even Thanksgiving. Now Thanksgiving I celebrate religiously because the food. I celebrate the food.
But
Um,
Thanksgiving's not a religious holiday.
I celebrate it religiously. I didn't care. I don't
Right.
care if it's not a religious holiday.
Right.
I
I'm just
celebrate
saying.
it. I celebrate the food. I don't care.
Mhm.
It is my religion.
Yeah.
Anyways, food is my religion. But like Christmas, I don't really celebrate Christmas per se. Like I'm not into all the stuff. I do celebrate, the birth of Jesus, if you believe that's when he was born. That's widely debated. I celebrate the idea of what it represents, and what it should represent. It's not about the gifts. It's about really truly celebrating the people you're with, and being thankful for that. So I like I said, I celebrate the idea of what it used to be. I'll put it that way. What it used to be. Definitely not what it is now. How they made it commercialized, and they've made it all about gifts. I don't celebrate that, but I said that's me. But I agree with you 100%. Um, Especially when we talk about some of these conspiracy theories, and especially when they start trickling over into religious topics. I just think it just it's just a little bit much. Mace, you have any thoughts on that?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay. What about
No,
you,
no
baby?
thoughts.
I was gonna go down the same path as my mom kind of did. Um, I don't really believe that one at all, just because it's like I did actually grow up with Care Bears, um, and my daughter has a bunch of them actually. Jeez. And they do have a
Sorry, I
good
saw a comment.
message. Oh jeez.
I saw a comment.
They do have like a really good message for kids and all of that. So it's like I don't see that one.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm sorry. I just saw Danny Carver sitting behind that desk with the church scene behind him. Could it be Satan?
The church lady
Yeah.
must be Satan.
All I can think of is that guy that like makes videos from New England. That he has the videos with the me just being in New England, like, and then it's the little pilgrim guy. Witchcraft.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. I've seen that.
I don't think I've seen those ones.
It's pretty hilarious. It's pretty hilarious. I will say this as we're gonna close things out. I'm telling you all, if you can write it down, if you remember it. Look up Office linebacker. I think it's Terry the Office linebacker. That whole series will have you in stitches. It has nothing to do with what we talked about. I just thought about it when I started talking about church lady and some other stuff and things that made me laugh. That freaking kills me every single time. So when you get a chance, look up Office linebacker. I think it might be Terry the Office linebacker, or you might be able to find it just under Office linebacker. But it's freaking hilarious. Okay, we're gonna wind the show down. We didn't get a chance to hear much from Miss D, but always what we get a chance to hear. It's always great. But we're just happy you made it home safe. That was the most important thing. So I'm gonna let you start us off with the closing remarks for tonight's episode.
As far as tonight's episode, cartoons are cartoons, man. Either enjoy them or don't. It's personal choice. They make adult cartoons too. I mean, Robot Chicken is one of my favorites. The time and life of the life and times of Tim. F is for Family. There's some incredibly good adult cartoons that aren't anime. if you're, well, yeah, but and anime is its own whole subset of.
God, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Isn't that special?
Oh boy. I mean, if you're worried about what message it could be giving to your children, watch it first.
Yeah.
But other than that, just enjoy it for the entertainment factor.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. Baby.
Cartoons are cartoons, as Mom said. No matter what cartoon you watch, you're gonna find some kind of hidden meaning somewhere. Not necessarily a conspiracy theory. I mean, my TV's playing Bluey right now, and there's so much in that show. So it's
Better
like,
not be. I love unicorns.
Oh yes.
Guilty.
So I enjoyed this episode. It was fun. It was definitely a lot lighter. I think it was a palate cleanser. So.
I like that. Palate cleanser. I like that. Oh yeah, just like when you eat the wasabi, you gotta have that ginger. Mace, what about you, bro?
Oh, this was a good one. It was fun, light, chill, mellow, and also, as always, all over the place.
That's the only way we do it.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Heck no. For me, I'm just gonna say, exactly right. For me, I 100% agree with everything everybody said, especially on the notes of, you got to remember, people, cartoons, especially the ones that your kids are watching. I agree with Miss D. If you have a question, watch it yourself first. Or at the very least, have your kids watching it while you're in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like we do with Rain. Most time, if we decide we're gonna let her watch cartoons in the living room, phones are out. You know what I'm saying? Phones are out. People are watching whatever they want to on their own phone, but we're also keeping an eye on her. Now most time when I'm out there with her, I kind of am looking at my phone, but I'm actually watching the cartoons with her. Majority of the time, if I go out there, she comes and lays up on the couch where I normally sit, and she lays up there with me, and she watches TV with me. But yeah, definitely pay attention to what your kids are watching, especially nowadays with the new cartoons. They are definitely putting some subliminal messages in there. But also remember, your kid's mind doesn't work like yours. Yours is more developed. You might be able to pick up on stuff like this, or your child might not even remotely become close. I mean, think about what we just talked about. Think about some of the cartoons we talked about, and we think about them as growing up. We're like, we didn't think about that. And then we bring them up now, and you're like, holy crap, what? Yeah, Terry Tate, office linebacker. Ha ha! I knew there was somebody was going to be out there. That's who it is, Terry Tate. Woo woo! The pain train's coming. Anyways, anyways, but they're always out there. Those cartoons out there. We didn't even get into like Thundercats or some of those cartoons like that.
The original Ren and Stimpy.
Oh God, that's not even. They weren't even hiding it, bro. They weren't even hiding it. They didn't even care. They didn't. The shower scene when Ren and Stimpy were the soap and the scrub brush, they didn't even care. They was all in the brassieres and everything. They was all up in there, and I'm saying it. Anyways, if you haven't seen the episode, watch it. But like they said, cartoons are cartoons, man. It's really, like I said, unless you're getting into it with some of these other ones, it's really not that serious. So, but like I said, what we normally do, we have her watching educational stuff. Things that are approved, like that's going to help her teach her like her ABCs, different shapes, colors, animals, and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff we usually normally let her watch. The only time I usually let her watch something else that's not something like that is if I'm in the room, or if there's definitely gonna be an adult in the room, and we can kind of monitor it a little bit better. But yeah, we didn't want to ruin anybody's show. Beavis and Butthead favorite. I'm Cornholio. You eat TV from my bungle. Are you threatening me? Are you harassing me?
Shut up, Beavis.
Yeah, Beavis. Shut up, dude. Like, I'm gonna score. I'm gonna score. All right. Yeah.
Whoa.
You said what?
I miss those kinds of shows.
Well, they brought Beavis and Butthead back. They got new episodes. Yeah, they got new episodes. I don't know what they're playing on, but they do have new episodes. No, not going there. You're not. No, ma'am. You guys are not bringing me back in here. We're shutting this thing down. Listen, we want to thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of the Birdman Show, Conspiracy Files edition. This is season 2, episode 1. So we've got quite a few more episodes coming up. Might have some surprises for you guys coming up as well. Don't forget that we'll be back Wednesday for the Birdman Show podcast, where we'll be talking about Lake Lanier. If you don't know anything about that, like I do, it is an actual crazy topic. I am like there's been since the lake's been in existence, there's been over 700 deaths at this lake. So yeah, we Teen Titans. I love Teen Titans. I watch that now. Rain watched Teen Titans with me. That's one cartoon we always watch together. But yeah,
I'm surprised nobody brought up Dexter's Laboratory.
I was going to, but we talked about that extensively the last time we did one. So I was like, I kind of shied away from it. But yeah, I mean, you got that. But like I said, we'll be back Wednesday for the Birdman Show podcast. Like I said, don't forget to check us out on our other platforms. Like I said, we're streaming live right now to Rumble. You can go check us out on Rumble at the Birdman Show podcast or Birdman Show, because they'll have similar things on there. We're also over on X, which I'm going to start uploading more videos of that as well. So you can definitely check us out there at Birdman podcast. You said what?
I said hi, Valkyrie.
She
right.
decided to.
I see that. You can also check out any of our past. I don't think I have that one up here, do I? I do not. Well, I'll have to make sure I add that later. Anyways, you can also check out any of our past episodes, not only on Rumble, but also over our YouTube channel, because we are also live on YouTube right now at TBS 216. And then, of course, our new platform that we just started tonight, we're also now broadcasting live on Kick. You can go check us out there at Birdman Show. So I try to keep it all one theme. It makes it easier for everybody. Actually, it makes it easy for me because I go crazy. I just want to say thank you guys so very much for joining us for this episode. We love you guys so very much. Appreciate the support. So appreciate the love from our people on YouTube, watching us over on Rumble as well as over on Kick. Thank you guys so very much for making this show what it is. We can do this show, but it's so much more fun having you all here sharing this with us. So like I said, we will see you all Wednesday. I was about to say Monday. Well, we'll see you Monday. But we'll see you guys Wednesday for another episode of the Birdman Show podcast. So for Miss D, for Bambi, for Mace Valor, I am the Birdman. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night. We out. Do it with us one last time as we get up out of here. That's right. We out.